First period.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Yost Ice Arena from Ann Arbor. This is the 2022 Big Ten Hockey Semifinals. Tonight it's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame versus your University of Michigan Wolverines. And due to a tiny delay, due to a Wi-Fi network error, we are 1 minute into the game. It's 0-0 Michigan, Notre Dame. My name's Owen Crane. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on WCBN this evening tonight. My partner tonight is David Kramer. David, how are you doing tonight?
I'm happy to be here, Owen. It sure is cold outside, and happy to be back inside this a little bit warmer Yost Ice Arena. Used to actually being pretty chilly here inside the rink, as you know, got to keep the ice conditions neat, but it is under 30 tonight here in Ann Arbor. So happy to see this Wolverines team getting ready and coming out the gate pretty hot. You know.
Hot start. The crowd tonight cannot be overstated. We are a sold-out house. This is the loudest I've ever heard Yost. I'm sure you concur.
Yes, 3 years here at WCBN. This is by far and away the loudest Michigan ice hockey game I have ever been to, and we're only, 2 minutes into the game.
7:51 remaining in the first period. Notre Dame will win the puck drop. It's two defensive players going D to D under pressure from Beecher in the back end. Beecher gets the hit off. Here comes Leverman, number 4, into Michigan territory, but he trips up on Beecher's stick. Wolverines will recover the puck, but they turn it back over quickly to number 10 of Notre Dame. Number 10 will turn it back over. Samiskevich coming in to Notre Dame territory. He drops it back to number 56, Dylan Duke. He'll get a shot off. Nothing comes of it. Puck's in the corner. Recovered by a Notre Dame defenseman. It's behind the net now. 17-18 remaining in the period. Here comes the Notre Dame breakout. It's Baca, 25, coming into Michigan territory. He loses it. Moyle recovers on D. Goes D to D to Owen Power. Power back from the Wolverines, from Beijing, of course. We have a turnover as he attempts to get it to Moyle in the neutral zone. Moyle will recover a shot, and he'll send it back into the neutral zone where Notre Dame defensemen go D to D with the puck, now deep in their own territory. Under pressure still from Nolan Moyle. Errant pass recovered by the Wolverines. It's Van Wy with it. He'll dump it in and chase. Moyle looks to get it to the front. Hughes recovers the puck at the point for the Wolverines. He'll skate in and do an escape move. Looking, traversing the blue line. Cross ice to Lambert, who rips one. It's just wide to the left of the net. Behind the red line, here comes the Notre Dame breakout. Under pressure from Jimmy Lambert, they turn it over to Van Wy, who keeps it in the zone for the Wolverines, and puck dribbles down to the corner. We'll get a few changes here from Michigan, giving Notre Dame a chance to break the puck out. Behind the net is number 3 for Notre Dame. That's Adam Karshik, the captain of the team. He breaks it out, gets it to number 18. Starts skating it down for the Fighting Irish. We'll have puck dumped in. Johnny Beecher's there to recover. Gets it to Truscott behind the net, who loses it. Notre Dame players will recover it. They attempt to get it to the front of the net, but are unable to. An escape move gets it back to number 18 once again in the corner for the Fighting Irish. Puck's turned over, however, Matty Beniers will recover it behind the net for the Wolverines. He'll take his time and cycle it back down to Luke Hughes, who's waiting to receive the puck. Under pressure from a Notre Dame player, he's able to escape it through the neutral zone now. He passes it to Johnson. Johnson over to the... Johnson will dump the puck in. Chasing after it is Brisson. Brisson looks to get it back out to Johnson in front of the net. He'll send it to Blankenberg at the point. We're in Notre Dame territory still. Puck dribbles behind the net. Look to get it to the front of the net, but Edwards will grab it as it trickles out to the point. Blankenberg with it at the point. Under a little bit of pressure, he dumps it down behind the net. It's recovered by a Wolverine. Can't read the number, my apologies. He'll get it to the point where Edwards manages to get a shot off. Brisson chasing it. He's under pressure from a Notre Dame player who recovers. Here's the Notre Dame breakout. Through the neutral zone, it's number 27, the Fighting Irish. That's Trevor Janke. He'll dump the puck in as Portillo recovers the puck behind the net. Portillo, the Wolverines netminder, play a big role in this game if the team is to win. Blankenberg takes it through the neutral zone. He'll get a shot off. It's going to go high into the net. First whistle of the game. 14:46 remaining in the first period.
That was a lot of work, Owen. Good job starting off this period strong, just like the Wolverines. There's something I'm noticing here looking at the roster for both of these teams. Michigan is a team that is captained obviously by the diminutive yet very strong Nick Blankenberg. a senior out of Washington, Michigan, only 5'9". Interestingly enough, it seems like one captain isn't enough for Notre Dame. They've got two actually tonight. Top line centerman Graham Slaggert, in fact, a South Bend native, and a Naperville native on the second line center, number 20, Jake Pivanka. They're two captains for the night. I have never seen that before, Owen.
A lot of leadership for this team, and
certainly
something you see from them is the physicality that this Notre Dame team brings. That has been what has brought down the Wolverines in the past. We're back in play now. Puck heading into the neutral zone. Pearson recovers on the back end for the Wolverines. Looks to get it to a Stoppa up ice. Stoppa can only get a stick on it, turns it back over to a Notre Dame defenseman who will send it down the ice. Ref waves off the icing after a Wolverine stick gets on it. Pearson behind the net to Owen Powers. Powers under pressure. He's hit by a Notre Dame player. Managed to get the puck off. It's Pastajov. Pastajov cross ice to Pearson. Pearson looking upwards to Estapa. Estapa will dump it in. It's behind the Notre Dame net now. Notre Dame player will rip it around the boards. Luke Hughes is there to put pressure on Bakic of Notre Dame, who recovered the puck. Pastajov recovers for the Wolverines in the neutral zone. He'll dump it in. The Wolverines a big dump and chase team here. Going after it for Michigan, it's Dylan Dukes behind the net, looking to Samiskevich, but instead he'll send it to the point where Jacob Truscott is waiting for it. Gets it back to Duke. Duke to Truscott, who gets a shot off. It's wide. Notre Dame player, that's defenseman number 4, will recover the puck there. Nick Lieberman, he sends it out through the neutral zone. It's down. Icing is waved off. A few boos from the children of Yost there. Not really sure why it was waved off, but Truscott is there to recover. Gets it to Duke. Luke Hughes with the puck in the neutral zone now. Samiskevich skating through. As he comes through, he'll dump it in once again with Beecher chasing.
Yeah, they're certainly using that dump and chase style to try and match up against this very physical Notre Dame team.
Most definitely. The Wolverines wanting to avoid those checks early, don't want any injuries just at the start of the semifinals. Blankenberg with the puck now at the blue line. He's got Edwards open, chooses to traverse his way down, sends it to Edwards now. Edwards looks cross ice, doesn't have it. He'll send it back behind the net where Samiskevich is chasing after it, putting some pressure on. Puck dribbles out to number 24 of Notre Dame. That's Spencer Stassi. He wears an A for the Fighting Irish, but he'll turn it over in the neutral zone where Pearson recovers. He'll take it back into Wolverine territory, D to D. Kent Johnson with the puck. Looks up to Samiskevich in the neutral zone. He'll take his time, regroup, looks to Pearson to his right. Pearson up ice. He'll send it to Van Wy, who tips it up, but it's going to head out of play. We'll get a whistle here. 12:15 remaining in the first.
Oh, and I think I misspoke at that last break. I took another look at this Notre Dame roster. There are actually 3 captains, 3 C's on this team. Not only those 2 top and second line centermen respectively, but second line defenseman Adam Karishik, who wears the C as well. So that is unheard of. 3 captains on an ice hockey team. As you said, a physical team. You can't really have too much leadership for them. So now we see number 3 with that puck, Captain Karishik.
Absolutely. Puck is dropped. Owen Power with it in Michigan territory. Up ice to Johnson. Johnson, the one tap to Beniers. Beniers rips a shot. It's wide left of the net from our side. Powers, D to D to Pearson. In the neutral zone to Beniers. Beniers back to Johnson. Johnson has Brisson and Power. He's looking. Johnson will send it back in. It's a blind behind the back pass where Leverman manages to pass it cross ice, but number 12 of Notre Dame, that's Ryan Rolston, is unable to control the puck. Turns it over in Michigan territory to the Wolverines. Here comes Kent Johnson with the puck. He's under pressure. Got 2 Fighting Irishmen on him wearing the gold iconic helmets. Power with the puck now. He'll go back D to D. Pearson, escape move back to Power. Power skating up through the neutral zone. Looks to his right to Brisson. Brisson dumps it in. We've got, I believe that's Jimmy Lambert chasing right now. Wolverines unable to get the pressure on, and Notre Dame gets a breakout, but a little bit of a miscommunication. It's going to have them cycle it back. Captain number 3 right now, Adam Karshik, with it. He'll send it down ice. It's going to be called an icing. 11 minutes remaining in the first period. You
know, folks, for those at home listening tonight, there is one player that stands out more than any other on Notre Dame, at least from the skaters. It is a player that's been very important to this team, not only due to his leadership despite not wearing a C, but it is a 5'9" junior out of Canton, Michigan, forward Max Ellis, who leads the team with points this season. 28 points in 36 games played for Notre Dame. So look out for 21.
We'll keep our eyes out there for him as the puck is back in play into Michigan territory. Portillo playing the puck behind the net. Hughes sends it behind the net to Truscott. Truscott looking. He has a stopper, chooses not to. He's going to skate it up through the neutral zone. Looking still, he chooses the dump in. It's off the stick of a Notre Dame defenseman. A child of Yost will catch it in the stands. We've got another whistle. 10:33 remaining in the first. Michigan up in shots, 2-1. Still a tied game at 0.
Souvenirs are important. There's nothing better than getting a puck to bring back home after the end of the game. We're hoping that this ends up a win, because normally Owen and I would find ourselves downstairs amongst those children of Yost.
Absolutely. It's an exciting environment to watch from the press box during a playoff game and to see Yost in its best form. This is the best of this arena,
Absolutely.
the best of Michigan fans.
Absolutely.
Puck back in play. Bordelot will dump it down where the Notre Dame netminder stops it. Estapa chasing, but a Notre Dame player has possession. He attempts to dump it out. Blankenberg gets a hand on it, keeps it in. Estapa chasing the puck behind the boards. Notre Dame player has it. We're going to have a whistle at the point. Hard to tell what the call was there. They're going to drop the puck back in Notre Dame territory here. I
think it was an offsides. That's my guess. You know, on the Wolverines side of the ice, despite, you know, it's pretty hard to choose one name off of that famous first round group of youngsters, but Luke Hughes, 36 points in a season for a freshman defenseman.
Luke Hughes standing out as someone who's really stepped up once the Wolverines lost some of their starters to the Beijing Olympics.
Absolutely.
Playing for Team USA and Team Canada. We had a quick whistle there as a shot got off. We're back in play now. Samiskevich under a lot of pressure, maybe a little bit of a hook there. No call, however.
That is a poor call from the refs.
Probably a missed hook.
Yeah.
Owen Power will recover the puck. Won't harm the Wolverines too much. Yeah. Samiskevich back with the puck now in the neutral zone. Looks to his right to Beecher. Beecher looks back towards Samiskevich. He's not there. Luke Hughes, luckily, is able to pick it up in the neutral zone. Wolverines restart the break-in here. Looks to get it to Samiskevich in front of the net. Intercepted by a Notre Dame defenseman as Johnny Beecher lays down a hit. A little bit of a late hit there on a Notre Dame player. Truscott and number 22, Adams of the Fighting Irish, fighting for it.
Yeah, already 10 minutes into this first period, only 3 shots for the Wolverines, and only 2 now for Notre Dame. 10 minutes left, 10 minutes past.
And a great opportunity there for Notre Dame. A shot right in front of the net. Portillo quickly bringing his blocker to his side. He'll handle that one, no problem. Wolverines looking for a reset are going to dump the puck out into the neutral zone where one of the captains of Notre Dame, Karshik, recovers. He'll send it to Janke. Back to Karshik, back to Janke on the point. Janke taking his time, he's looking. It's to number 6 now. That's Boltman. Nice, cool last name for a hockey player. Boltman tries to get a shot off. It's wide behind the net. Truscott looks to get it. Blankenberg's hit from behind. We're going to have no call once again. Janke looks to get a shot off in front of the net for the Fighting Irish. Whiffs on his second shot attempt. Lambert takes the puck into the neutral zone. Here comes Moyle into Notre Dame territory.
What a save by Portillo.
Absolutely. Great save there for Eric Portillo. He's standing on his head as he has all season. Moyle with the puck from the point. Rips a shot off. Doesn't get too far through multiple Notre Dame defenders. Comes back out to him at the point. He'll dump it back in as both defensemen get off the ice for a change. Notre Dame able to take advantage of that change for a breakout. Here's a 2-on-4 under a lot of pressure from Edwards. He'll force him to dump the puck around. Leverman recovers at the point for Notre Dame. Gets a shot off, it's wide. Johnson with the puck now at the point. It's a roller. He's got Beniers, chooses not to use him. It's an escape move up through the neutral zone. Speeds by 2 Notre Dame players. Rips a shot that's just wide of the net. The Notre Dame goalie doesn't know where it went. Puck to Brisson at the point. He'll rip one. The Notre Dame goalie manages to get his glove on it really quick. That's number 35.
Well, yeah, that is the talented Matthew Galita. He has played a really important role this season, at least for Notre Dame, especially after kind of an inconsistent ever-changing goalie wheelhouse that we've seen the past year at least, especially in 2021. You know, there's no better time than the present to mention, to go over these starting lineups for the Wolverines, as there have been some big changes, even with that talented group of 5 coming back from the Beijing Olympics. The Wolverines actually, Mel Pearson, the esteemed coach of this hockey team, has decided to go for an interesting first-line choice, Owen. It is not that talented first line that we expect to see, with Matthew Beniers centering a duo of wingers in Kent Johnson and the fantastic and very talented Brendan Brisson, but it is actually a more defensive-minded group of starting players. Garrett Van Wy on the left, at least in this game. What do you think about that, Owen? What do you think the importance of leadership is once we get into these games in early to late March?
I agree with you completely. I think this is Mel Pearson recognizing the contribution that these seniors make to the program consistently and rewarding them with that starting position.
No, totally. Totally. You know, something else about at least the starters before this puck gets dropped is this is Eric Portillo's 37th game in a row. He started every game this season. And
he has played all of them valiantly. Victor's valiant. TV timeout over the Wolverines. Puck drop in Michigan territory. Excuse me, not Michigan territory, Notre Dame territory. Owen Power's going to chase a puck that's trickling out through the neutral zone. He'll go D to D. Brisson has it. He'll drop it to number 10. That's Matty Beniers. Beniers dumps it in and chases his own puck. Johnson almost gets a stick on it, but here comes Notre Dame. Number 10 with the puck now. Sprinting down the ice. They'll dump it behind the net, where Brisson is able to pick it up. He'll break it out through the neutral zone for the Wolverines. He's going with it still. Passes it to Johnson. Johnson tries to get it back to Brisson, but a Notre Dame defenseman gets his stick on it. Puck behind the net now. Son with a wraparound. Unable to have much come from it, but the crowd was excited. Those oohs and ahs there as Notre Dame gets the puck into the neutral zone, but Luke Hughes picks it up in Michigan territory. He's skating it with it now. Very talented player. He can skate around people. Passes it to Kent Johnson. Johnson with it on the boards. To Jimmy Lambert at the point. Lambert, cross ice. He goes D to D to Truscott. Truscott rips a shot. Doesn't get through all the defenders. Notre Dame defender is going to send it out into the neutral zone. It's a 3-on-3. Number 19 for Notre Dame. That's Laggert.
That is pretty uncool. Putting the puck in the net after the whistle. In the big leagues, that's how you get a knuckle sandwich.
And Wolverine tried to give a knuckle sandwich there. The refs were quick to stop it. My apologies. There we had an offsides whistle. Afterwards, the Notre Dame player put the puck in the net.
Yeah. Graham Slaggert, another exceptional player. This season, 23 points in 36 games. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Absolutely. Puck dropped now. Luke Hughes chasing it in Michigan territory. He'll go D to D to Truscott. Truscott back to Hughes. He's got Morgan ahead of him. He'll go for Van Wy. Van Wy attempts to dump it in, accidentally sends it to a Notre Dame player, but he keeps it in the zone until he's knocked down.
Big hit on the blue line.
Absolutely. Number 20 for Notre Dame. Dumps it in behind the net. Portillo doesn't try to stop it. He's under pressure. Wolverines trying to get to it. Truscott gets a stick on it. Things slow down now. Here's Jimmy Lambert with time. Looks up ice to Morgan, who will get a stick on it to prevent the icing. Estapa chasing behind the net. Puck on the near side, behind the red line now in Notre Dame territory. Cross ice pass looking for Bordelot. Tipped up to the point where we have a shot off. The Notre Dame player will recover the puck, but Edwards steals it away from him. Dumps it back in. That is the fight and tenacity you want to see from the Wolverines today. Estapa chasing the puck behind the net. Things are getting a little physical. Puck out to Blankenberg. Sent it back below the net. Bordelot chasing after it. Puck right now just behind the Notre Dame goalie. That's Galita, excuse me. And the puck finally trickles back out to the point. Blankenberg with it, taking his time. Makes a little move, tries to cut in towards the net as he heads down below the red line. Unable to cut too far in towards the net. Chasing after the puck now is Pastajov on the far side corner behind the red line. He's got a little bit of help from Blankenberg, the senior captain. Notre Dame player will recover it. Under a lot of pressure, though, he'll dump it down. Ethan Edwards has time in Michigan territory to slow things down and reset. He'll pass it to Samiskevich. Samiskevich looking up ice. He'll skate it instead. He's going to dump it in. Wolverines going with the dump and chase a lot today. And Johnny Beecher taking it now around the net. Looks to Samiskevich, who tries to rip a one-timer. Little bit of a whiff there. Number 11 for Notre Dame will recover the puck, send it in as Janke chases after it. That's number 8.
No icing.
No icing call there. He's just over the red line. Leverman with the puck at the point rips a shot. That was a hard one just to the right of Portillo, or to the left of Portillo, right from our point of view. Back at the point with Leverman. He's chasing after it. And the puck trickles behind the red line where Pearson is able to grab the puck without much trouble or pressure. He has Owen Power. Powers skating up ice now. Makes a nice pass to Johnny Beecher. Beecher rips a shot off. We've got a tussle in front of the net. Net appears to be off, but no whistle.
Looks like Portillo's headed to the bench for an extra skater.
We've got a hand up. We're going to have a delayed penalty on Notre Dame. That was a hit from behind. Oh, David is excited in the box. You know, I am not even going to pretend like we are unbiased commentators tonight.
This is an exciting game. You can feel the electricity in the air. It might not be the fact that my suit is very thin, a little bit cheap, and it is real cold in here, but man, am I feeling ready for this power play. Holy cow, you cannot do that, folks. No matter if, another team skater gets in the blue plane of your netminder, you cannot be pushing players on the numbers, and that is what Notre Dame did. Now they might pay the price. I will say, Notre Dame has swept the Wolverines in every series they've played, and that is no small hand in part to Matthew Galita, who stopped 59 of the 61 shots he faced in the last series versus the Wolverines.
We'll see how Galita does on this penalty kill for Notre Dame. Number 3, Adam Karshik in the box, the senior captain for Notre Dame. Here begins the Wolverine power play, 3:20 remaining in the period. With the puck now, down low. It's Kent Johnson. Johnson up to the point to Power. He'll take his time. Back to Johnson on the left side. He goes to Power at the top, fakes a shot. He's going to pass it to Brisson. Brisson cross the middle of the ice. He's going to send it back over to Johnson. Johnson tripped a bit. The refs have their hand up. We've got a tripping call. We've got a 5-on-3.
Holy cow. You know, folks, if we're sitting in the Children of Yo section right now, we'd say see ya, and that is what we say to that second Notre Dame player, Pivanka, who is headed to the box for 2 minutes. Jake Pivanka, the other captain, is headed, or one of the three captains. Yes, is headed to. He is headed to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. We see a fan taking a selfie with those two in the box right now. 2 minutes, 59 seconds left in this period. We've got a minute 34 left on this 5-on-3.
All right, this is where the Wolverines strive. The power play, those special teams have proved very strong for the Wolverines, especially in those Ohio State and Michigan State series in the past month. Dependent Fanatic in the comments thinking the edge is coming for Michigan. This could be it. Luke Hughes with the puck in the neutral zone. He enters Notre Dame territory, not under much pressure. It's a 5-on-3. Hughes with it at the point, drops it to Blankenberg. Blankenberg behind the net to Samiskevich. Samiskevich cross ice, he's got it back. He's sending it back and forth with Bordelot. Bordelot looks to get an opportunity, but Samiskevich recovers the puck behind the net. Bordelot with it now. He's got Blankenberg at the point. He'll use Blankenberg. Blankenberg looks at Hughes, goes back to Bordelot. Bordelot, cross ice to Hughes. Hughes fakes the shot behind to Samiskevich. And the puck off an errant pass.
This is that 6th ranked power play in the nation.
Absolutely.
So
a little bit of an error there,
a goal
however.
Expected
Most
this
definitely.
period.
30 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3, but another errant pass from a Wolverine is going to send it all the way down ice. Portillo will pass it back up to Hughes in the neutral zone, who re-enters Notre Dame territory with speed. He'll slow it down to Johnson at the point. Johnson taking his time. He's looking. Doesn't have many options right now. D to Brisson. Back to Johnson. He's with the puck. Brisson rips one. Puck dribbling in front of the net. Hughes to Johnson. Another shot. That one's blocked by a Notre Dame defender. We're down to a 5-on-4. Here's a shot from Brisson. It's off the post.
Oh, my gosh.
Johnson going to recover the puck at the point. He's skating in with speed. Can he get a shot? No. He'll pass it out to Brisson, rips a one-timer. It's blocked by a Notre Dame
gosh.
defender. Very impressive penalty kill here.
Yeah,
from
10
the
minutes
Fighting
left
Irish.
on this power play. This second power play.
Johnson with the puck in Notre Dame territory. Final second of the power play.
Oh,
And
wow. What a kill by the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
that was impressive. I won't lie to you. We're going to have a whistle here as the puck goes out.
Man.
That is the strength of this Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
Michigan normally dominates on the power play.
Absolutely.
A few errant passes there will cost them.
Yeah, well, I think a couple of errant passes was going to cost the Wolverines a goal or two, but it's still early. Got 50 seconds left in this period to make some magic happen.
I agree. You know, I think we've seen a dominant Wolverines team so far, but they just haven't put one in the back of the net just yet. Moyle through the neutral zone. Wolverines win the faceoff, but he'll lose it after he's hit. This is a very physical Notre Dame team. Here come the Fighting Irish into Michigan territory. It's 18 now. Chasing after that, he's a captain of the team. A little bit of a tussle there with Lambert. Puck now dribbling in front of the net. No one had any idea what was going on there. Pearson recovers the puck, though, for the Wolverines. A little bit of a save there because Portillo was confused. He'll dump it in. Pearson lays a little bit of a hit on a Notre Dame player in the crowd.
15 seconds left in the period.
Puck behind the net in Notre Dame territory now. Gonna have a pass out to
That's a missed call, but
definitely a missed call. A lot was going on there. My bad at the very end. A few hands almost about to be thrown. We are 0-0 after 20 minutes of play in the Big Ten semifinals. That was an exciting period of hockey.
Yeah, that certainly was, though, and it got better and better as the time went on. You know, I must say that I think going into this first break, I think Mel's going to want to talk about with his team. He's going to want to talk about with the Wolverines making some better passes, some more thoughtful passes, slowing down their game a little bit. I will say that they succeed when they are a little bit faster, when they are faster than the team that they're playing against. But so far, looks like Notre Dame has been a very strong, resolute answer to that extremely talented Wolverines top 2, 3, I mean, heck, 4 talented, right?
Absolutely. These are two very strong teams. If Michigan is going to beat this Notre Dame team for the first time this season, I think today is the day.
Thank you very much for having me on. This is a wonderful little idea. I hope this continues on throughout, next year's broadcast. This is great, Intermission Reports.
And, yeah, I'm excited to do it. And, well, again, like I said, this is pre-recorded. We can't analyze gameplay, but we can talk about what has happened in this season so far. And that has been a dominant Michigan Wolverines team against every other program in the Big Ten besides Notre Dame. Of course, losing all 4 to Notre Dame this season. Let's talk about those 4 losses. What has made Michigan struggle so much in South Bend against the Fighting Irish?
So, Michigan is a very skilled team. They are known as that. They have 4 of the top 5 picks in the 2021 NHL draft. They are a team that can beat you with speed. They are a team that can beat you with finding open lanes and passing, and they have dangerous shots from almost every single one of their forwards. Notre Dame, on the other hand, is a big physical team. They play rough, they play tough, they take some penalties. And the Wolverines, when they play against Notre Dame, they try to adapt that style. They try to make sure that their players don't get beaten up. They try to have a quote-unquote enforcer with Steve Holtz. Having said that, that's not a way that this team can play. If you look at the first series against Notre Dame, the real problem was that the Wolverines took a major penalty in each of those games, game misconduct in each of those games. And because of it, they were exposed on the penalty kill, and both games went to overtime. The first game, they lost in overtime on the power play. Second game, they let up a crucial goal late because of the power play and then lost in overtime. That's been a real problem for this team, Michigan being the most penalized team in the entire NCAA. If you look at the second series, you have the Olympic players just getting back, and they weren't able to contribute. They were put in by Pearson before the athletic trainers thought that they were fully ready. The saying is you get 1 day to adjust to your time zone for every hour that you've skipped.
To be doing that tonight as well. Yes, like you said, the Wolverines, although a very good special teams program, especially against weaker programs, once you combine the physicality and their penalty kill, they can sometimes collapse in their own zone, like you said, which we saw against these Notre Dame teams. So if we're talking about tonight, we're already a period of play in, so I'll follow this up in a live segment afterwards. But what would you say Michigan
this game? What they're going to need to do is keep to their identity. Like I said, they're a fast team, they're a skilled team, and they have a lot of dangerous shots. So what they're going to need to do is they're going to need to take the hits, because Notre Dame is going to be giving the hits. They're going to try to tempt the Wolverines into playing a more physical style that the Wolverines can't play. They're going to try to tempt them into taking these retaliatory, dangerous hits that'll get their players sent off. And when it's a one-game position and take away a pass, take away a shot, or go play the body instead of the puck and pull yourself out of position. If you survive a hit, if you move around a hit, if you can dodge it, you've now got yourself past the defender, and you can take advantage of that odd man rush. That's what the Wolverines are going to need to do. And the second thing is they're going to play better in their own zone. Wolverines have let up the most goals against Notre Dame by far, and that's because
really expect an energized crowd in the stands tonight. And you're right about that. This is a very strong offensive team, but like you said, with those hits, they can collapse in the D zone. I love to watch this team play because of how unselfish they are. I think that they really do a good job passing, moving the puck, and creating plays. And so, like you said, if they can avoid those hits, we'll see. I think this team really come with a lot of strength in the offensive zone, and hopefully they can make things happen because they move the puck really, really well. And again, you also mentioned the 4 Olympians. They are back on the team. They should be well rested at this point. March 12th. It has been a little while since they were in Beijing. I fully expect to see them with their normal legs under them today, and we'll see what effect that has on this team here in the semifinals.
Yeah, they're a big part of this team. You saw it when they were missing, especially against the U.S. National Development Team program. They're a big part of this team. They're a lot of the offense. Brisson, Beniers, and Johnson, especially Power, has been a little underwhelming as a first overall pick playing in the NCAA. But even without them, it's rough when those 4 players are gone.
They're all stellar offensively, but they also are playmakers. You watch them play, and they do a good job seeing the ice, figuring out what's happening, and moving the puck to where it needs to be. So many goals when they are on the ice happen because of a pass that they made or their ability to see what the other team was about to react to and move the puck to the open lane. Just because we were touching on the Olympians, I want to touch on players who really stepped it up while they were gone. I would say one of them, Luke Hughes, has really come out as a dominant force on this Michigan Wolverines program.
Luke Hughes has improved so much from the beginning of the season. When he started off, he was this young kid who would throw all the hits he could because that's what he wanted to do. And he would be really fast, but he wouldn't take the shots because he was a defenseman. He wants to give the puck to the more skilled offensive players. And as he's moved through the season, he's gotten more confident. He's learned better defensively. He's making better decisions. I think early in the season, he tried to play the body, got burned on a 2-on-1, let up an open pass. Portillo wasn't able to get over in time and it led up to a goal. Now, whenever there's a 2-on-1 with Hughes, he plays the passing lane, forcing the person with the puck to take the shot. Portillo's able to square up, make the save. That's shown that he's learned and been coached properly and has become a more intelligent player. And he's been taking shots. He's so fast. Despite his frame, he is on the ability to get down the ice better than almost anyone else on the Michigan team, take shots, take passes. He is second in the NCAA in points, right behind Brisson. So clearly he's come into his own, and he's shown that if he goes on an NHL training regimen next year, this summer, and he puts on 20 pounds of muscle, and he can hit much more dangerously, oh boy, watch out.
Absolutely. I think he's a testament to the strength of the Wolverines coaching staff too. That improvement, that doesn't happen everywhere. He really has come a long way. It's nice to see him, like you said, on the 2-on-1. He does a fantastic job trusting Portillo now too. Portillo, of course, another mainstay of this team. If the Wolverines get a win tonight, he will be a big part of that. That's just about the time we have. Josh, any upcoming broadcasts you want to?
New episodes come out every Friday and or Saturday, depending on when I have time to edit them.
All right, Josh Tenzer, one of our WCBN broadcasters, and if I'm correct, if the Wolverines win tonight, you may be on the call for the championship?
If we go to Minnesota, I will be there.
All right. Well, here's to hoping that next Saturday you can tune in to Josh Tenzer here, WCBN's YouTube page. For now, that is our first intermission report. We'll send it back live in Yost.
That again was Josh Tenzer joining me earlier today. A lot of what he spoke about there has come true so far in the first period. And Tenzer, to answer your question, if we're winning, yay. If we're losing, no. Or boo, it is tied. 0-0 as we get set for second period action here from Yost Ice Arena. What an exciting first period we saw there. Back and forth hockey, Notre Dame, a very physical team. Michigan possessing a little bit more of that skill side here, but two teams very impressive. Michigan, of course, looking like Tenzer said there on our intermission report, looking for its first win over Notre Dame. And I'm going to bring David Kramer back in here. David, like we talked about at the end of the first period, Michigan, strong start for the team, but if they want to beat Notre Dame for the first time this season and progress to the Big Ten championship, what do they need to do here in second period?
We got to get back to basics. What I really mean by getting back to basics is this is a high-scoring hockey team. This is a high-octane hockey team. This is a high-pedigree hockey team. I expect to see a lot from this Wolverines team this second period. I think they've I'm not going to jinx it, right? But I think they've gotten over that boogeyman that we've seen Notre Dame in the past, getting punished physically, getting outplayed in the corners. Wolverines are showing the Notre Dame, this Fighting Irish team, that they can play their game. And the thing that the Wolverines have over Notre Dame is they got some of the best hockey players that ever graced this ice.
And they have some, or I would say the best fans in the country in Yost Ice Arena today. The crowd energy, I hope it's coming through for you here on the radio. We are just set for puck drop. I think they're waiting for the TV light to turn off. Big Ten Network carrying tonight's game, I believe 20 minutes on the clock. Bordelot taking the faceoff for the Wolverines. Notre Dame will win it back to one of their defensemen, skating through the D end. Pastajov attempts to intercept the puck, gets a stick on it where Pearson turns it back over to a Notre Dame player in neutral territory. Estapa chasing, however, he's got his arm around a player. No big deal, they'll dump it in. Portillo grabs it behind the net in Michigan's territory. A little bit of a strong start here for Notre Dame. Estapa gets it in the neutral zone, he'll dump it in. Chasing after his Pastajov, putting on pressure. Not quite enough as a Notre Dame player sends it down ice, but that's going to be, that's not an icing. It's waved off by the referee. I'm not sure if that was the right call there. They certainly think so.
Yeah, well, he put the wheels on.
Most definitely. Bordelot brings the puck into Notre Dame territory where Pastajov looks to get it across ice. Truscott with the puck now. He'll drop it back to Bordelot at the point. He's making a few moves here. Tries to take a shot. It's going to go off the stick of a Notre Dame defender. And Notre Dame will bring it into the neutral zone. They'll dump it into Michigan territory where Luke Hughes picks it up with time. Here he comes to the neutral zone. He's got Lambert to his left. He'll instead go towards the net, rip a shot from the side. Not the best angle. Solid shot behind the net. Hughes recovers the puck himself. He's got Truscott at the point. Truscott grabs it on the far side. He'll dump it back low to Moyle. Moyle behind the net now, attempts to play it off his backhand. Back to Truscott at the point. Truscott to Van Wy. Van Wy, low to Lambert. Lambert is going to drop it off to Moyle, who has done the cycle all around. All three Wolverines players on the near side. They start to shift back out as a Notre Dame player dumps it through neutral territory all the way into Michigan zone. Chasing after it there is Truscott. He gets it way up ice to Van Wy, who would almost get something going. Moyle will recover the puck after he's under pressure. Through the front of the ice, Lambert almost could have had a goal there, but didn't manage to get a stick as the puck trickled through the crease. Notre Dame sends it back down into Michigan territory, where, once again, Nolan Moyle, the man of the hour, is there to grab the puck. Blankenberg with it now in the neutral zone after a cross-ice pass. He looks to get it in front of the Notre Dame goal. No one is there to grab the puck.
They've got that dangerous line out there right now, Wolverines. You see Beniers, Johnson, and Brisson.
Absolutely. Johnson with the puck, doing a bit too much. He loses it, but Beniers recovers. He'll get it to Blankenberg, who's at the point. He's going to dump it behind the net. Therefore, it is Beniers. Beniers tries to get it to Brisson. He can't. The Notre Dame player is going to send it into Michigan's neutral zone. Pearson grabs it, passes it to Johnson. Quick pass to Beniers. That threw Beniers off, and it's going to be, I want to say that is Brisson, who just went offsides, thrown off a little bit by that quick pass right at the blue line. Hockey players, you're taught early on, never make a move right at the blue line. They'll throw your player offsides. People still do it in college, so even the pros make a few mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think something that we're seeing now already is the Wolverines are getting a little bit ahead of the Fighting Irish here in the shots department. Michigan is outnumbering Notre Dame with shots, 11-4. Notre Dame hasn't gotten a shot this period.
That's definitely something to watch. Of course, the score still 0-0. 17-11 remaining in the second period. Michigan with the puck in their own zone, but under a lot of pressure. It's Pearson with the puck, but a turnover. We're going to have a puck leave play. A fan holding the puck up in the air after he grabbed it. That one deflected out. It's the whistle. 17:01 remaining in the period. Right now, Michigan 27-9-1. Notre Dame 27-10. Michigan hoping to put that to 27-11 and end their Big Ten run.
You know, that move that we saw Luke Hughes make in order to gain zone entry about a minute ago when he had a really great goal-scoring opportunity, except for the fact that maybe not the best shot right at the at the far red line, is indicative of the type of play that he's had, and it's part of the reason why he is nominated for Freshman of the Year in the Big Ten.
Absolutely. Hughes, one of the star players of this team. Definitely an emerging force. We talked about that at the intermission report, too. Does a great job protecting the puck under pressure. Johnson with the puck for the Wolverines in the neutral zone. He'll turn it over to a Notre Dame defenseman. They'll drop it back to Lieberman. Lieberman with the puck for Notre Dame, skating up ice. Looks ahead to Jesse Lansdell. Lansdell unable to grab it. He'll turn it over to a Wolverine in Michigan territory, but they're under a lot of pressure. It's Truscott fighting for it now. Puck dribbles out to Johnson. He's got a one-on-one, but he'll slow it down. Pass it to Beniers. Beniers to Brisson. Back to Beniers. Goal! Michigan scores. It's 1-0.
Oh my gosh, tic-tac-toe. How else do you describe that goal, Owen? You know, that is that dangerous line. Ken Johnson, Matty Beniers, Brendan Brisson. That is that group of three that was a part of this Beijing team. Team USA and Team Canada. Holy smokes, what a play. And no better angle than up here in the press box. As happy as I would be to be downstairs in that Children of Yost group, I cannot tell you how pretty that goal was up here. Oh my gosh.
A lot of talent on that line. Like you said, tic-tac-toe. From one stick to another. That was just beautiful hockey at its best. That is what these Wolverines do so well. They move the puck, they make open space, and they score goals. 1-0 Michigan over Notre Dame as Pump It Up echoes throughout Yost Ice Arena. The Maize and Blue faithful on their feet. This whole arena on their feet right now. We're back to play, though. We'll settle it back down. 16 minutes remaining in the second period.
Chills again, down my spine.
Michigan up 1-0 over Notre Dame in the Big Ten Hockey Playoff Semifinals. Beecher with the puck now, entering Notre Dame territory, looking to capitalize on some of that energy. We're going to have a whistle here, probably an offsides call. Looks like the refs are going to send the puck all the way back down. Beecher looking a little bit, maybe getting a little ahead of himself, riding that energy a little bit too much. Whoever said yes, sir, in the chat, absolutely. It is nice to see the Wolverines taking the lead here in the second period. Here's to them holding it and expanding it.
What a great opportunity for the Wolverines. You know, these next 2 minutes are going to be really important, really, until the next TV timeout, because putting on that constant pressure. You score a goal, right, Owen? That's really important. Obviously, I feel like that is, that is the game, right? You score to win. But you score a goal, and then you completely shut down the team you're playing against. That's really demoralizing. We still got about 15 minutes left in this period. There's a lot of time for Notre Dame to get back in this game. That's not even considering there's a whole other period after this.
Absolutely.
But it's really important right now for the Wolverines, A, score another goal, B, shut down Notre Dame and when Notre Dame's in the offensive zone, or C, do both.
I couldn't agree more. Also important is how Notre Dame reacts to this goal. Right now, not so well. Here's a 3-on-2. Morgan to Van Wy in front of the net. Van Wy loses it. If you can hear the oohs and ahs of the crowd. Notre Dame, though, under a lot of pressure, they ice it. 15-20 remaining in the second period. We've got another whistle, another reset for the Wolverines here.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I think I want to go back to something that, we were talking about last period. You think about that penalty kill that Notre Dame had against the Wolverines. That was fantastic. That was perfect hockey. I think Mel, it's something I said before the between periods show that you did with the wonderful Joshua Tenzer. I think something that Mel probably spoke about was just being smart with the passes, which is what I expected him to, and also kind of getting back to their game, getting back to what they do best. And the Wolverines are fantastic passers. Getting that monkey off their back is
just dragging his foot a bit too much. Don't test me on that one. Right there. Bordelot will take the face-off on the near side, right outside of Notre Dame's zone.
Yeah, and Bordelot not to be overlooked. He's got 31 points in 32 games this season. Sorry, folks. Just that one note on Thomas Bordelot. He is not a player to be overlooked despite centering the third line. He has 31 points in 32 games this season and 61 points in 56 career games.
Quite the player for the Wolverines, making an impact
great
statistically.
San Jose Sharks prospect as well.
Absolutely. Here's an opportunity for Notre Dame, a little bit of almost a 1-on-0. Under some pressure there, though. Got a shot off. Not much will come of it, but Notre Dame with the puck now in the neutral zone as they reset. Pass is tipped by Bordelot. It's going to go into the Notre Dame bench, and we'll have another whistle. 14-18 remaining in the second period. Michigan up 1-0 over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Yeah, incredible. I can't believe that there's there's more than half of a hockey game left. This is one of the most exciting atmospheres I've ever been in this arena. You can feel the energy even up here in the rafters, which says a lot.
There is no better entertainment for $10 than Michigan ice hockey.
I cannot say that again, Owen. That is so true. That is so true.
Notre Dame wins the face-off. They'll enter Michigan territory and get a quick shot off. All the same player there. Under pressure from Blankenberg, however. Not a great shot, and Portillo, as usual, standing on his head. Michigan with 13 shots so far in the game. Notre Dame with 7. And I think those shots are a reflection of the pace of this game. Notre Dame has had its opportunities, but Michigan is controlling much more.
No, that's very true. That's very true. I think our next break, I'm going to want to talk a little bit more about Notre Dame because this has been a bit of a Michigan show. So we want to be fair with our coverage, but this is definitely Michigan's game right now.
Couldn't agree more. And here comes Ethan Edwards splitting the D with the puck. Oh, and he gets a stick on it, but it's just wide of the net. Van Wy recovers the puck behind the net, looks to wrap around. He'll get a shot off. It's going to go back behind the net. He grabs it once again with time. He's got Blankenberg high. Instead, he chooses Owen Power high on the far side. Back to Van Wy. He rips a shot just wide of the net once again. Power recovers it at the point. He'll get it to Lambert. Lambert taking his time with an escape move. He has power to drop it to, but he loses the puck into the neutral zone. He'll have to reset. Looks like he's going to drop this one to Kent Johnson. Johnson slowly skating, or rather with a lot of speed, skating into Notre Dame territory. Tries to make a move. He'll lose the puck.
A very dexterous player.
Absolutely. Notre Dame bringing the puck into Michigan territory now, and they'll lose it. But regain, this is number 25 for the Fighting Irish. He'll get a shot off. Puck trickles in front. Portillo with a blocker save. Right in front of the net, a big juicy rebound comes out, but Portillo, standing on his head, makes the save under a lot of pressure still. The Wolverines need a whistle. Notre Dame really showing off its strengths now. A few good shots there. It's 25 to the point. Here's Leverman, He'll send it down low. Here's a point from, at the point, it's Stastny. Stastny down low to Ellis. That's number 21 for Notre Dame. Trying to read the names here from a distance. Portillo is going to get his glove on it. A little bit of a tussle in front of the net. We'll have no penalties. But this game is heating up, David. You can feel the passion in this arena, and Notre Dame's first strong chance in a while right there.
Yes. Oh, and I'd agree. I think it was Notre Dame may have heard us from all the way up here. I think they're definitely starting to feel a little bit more pressure than they were in that last period. And I think, as we come to almost halfway through this game, it seems like both of these teams are learning more about each other. And you might say, David, why do you think that? These teams have played almost 5 or 6 times this season. Every game is different, and there's no game more different than a game in the semifinals or in the finals of the Big Ten tournament.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The record against Notre Dame does not matter right now for the Wolverines. This is a 1-0 game. Nothing else matters besides the next 12 minutes of the second period and the final 20 minutes of the third period. Puck in the neutral zone now. Hughes takes it back into Michigan territory to reset. Wide to Truscott on the near side. Truscott skating down. He's got Duke. Duke with the puck in the center. Samoskevich tries to grab it. After Duke loses it, he doesn't. It's Baltman for Notre Dame. He'll pass it to the near side to Adams through the neutral zone. Adams dumps it in. A Notre Dame player is there to recover, and a Michigan player on his stomach. I couldn't get a read on the number. Trips another player. Dylan Duke loses an edge as well. A little bit of a slippery ice out there for the Wolverines. It's all right. Nothing drastic happened during that time.
That's a great poke check.
And Samoskevich with the poke check there to steal a puck from a Notre Dame player out into the neutral zone. Notre Dame, however, recovers quickly. They're going to bring it back into Wolverine territory, dump it behind the net, where number 14 is there to grab the puck. He's under pressure from Beecher, however, and turns it over to Samoskevich, who's coming down. It's a 1-on-3, however.
Samoskevich is a fantastic two-way player, and the Florida Panthers will be very happy to have him. And yet again, only a freshman. Only a freshman.
Absolutely, but that dump in didn't work out too well. Notre Dame with the puck now entering Michigan territory. Rips a shot. That's a Notre Dame player, number 4, Leverman, recovers on the back end. He's got Lansell, his deep partner, on the near side. He'll instead choose to dump it down. It's off the stick of a Wolverine behind Michigan's net. Portillo won't play it. Instead, it's Blankenberg back there grabbing the puck up on the near side to Passagov through the neutral zone. Passagov dumps it in. Number 3 is there for Notre Dame. Estapa on pressuring him now. Bordelot chasing after as well. And the puck is just going everywhere here. Notre Dame player is going to flip it into the neutral zone where Kent Johnson gets his stick on it but can't control. Notre Dame will enter Michigan territory. It's all right, though. Bordelot recovers the puck. He's sprinting through the neutral zone now. He's got a player to his left and to his right. He instead chooses to shoot. Passagov gets a rebound, but a nice save there by the Notre Dame goalie.
Galida is fantastic tonight.
He's been standing on his head as well. Those 16 shots from the Wolverines, only letting up 1 so far. Same could be said for Portillo, although he has only faced 9 from the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame player looks to pass it up ice. Goes a little too far to the side, but they get a stick on it. Puck in Michigan territory, but the Wolverines are breaking it out. Here's Pearson to his left to Van Wy. Van Wy, unable to control it, turns it back over to a Notre Dame player in Notre Dame's territory. Here they come through the neutral zone. It's number 19 for Notre Dame. Under a lot of pressure from Moyle. Moyle will poke the puck away, forcing 19 behind the net. He'll have to cycle it back. Tries to dump it behind the net, but Power's there to grab it. Up to Van Wy. Van Wy to Moyle. Moyle entering Notre Dame territory. He'll dump it behind the net, cycles it to Lambert. Lambert with the puck now. He has Truscott at the point. Instead chooses to cycle it back to Van Wy in the corner. Now, Moyle grabs it again, sends it up to Truscott at the point, who rips a shot off right into the chest of Galida for Notre Dame.
Yeah, it looks like Lambert was trying to get a tip on that puck and, redirect it. Looking for a little Joe Pavelski action to give a shout out to one of the best in the NHL at that redirection style of goal.
Absolutely. A good chance there for the Wolverines. Wasn't necessarily the prettiest opportunity, but really good pressure from this team. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself in the commentary. I hope you can follow along. It's an exciting game
I'm
here.
following. We're halfway through this game now. This is the midway mark, halfway through the second period. And Owen, what have you noticed, at least in these last 10 minutes, aside from that kind of really big thing that happened, maybe that goal that got scored for the Wolverines?
You know, the past 10 minutes, the Wolverines, they're sticking with their style of play, but it's like they have a renewed fight on the ice.
Yeah.
It's exciting to watch. They went in that locker room, like you said earlier. Pearson must have fired them up because they're playing their game and they're playing it well. With that speed and tenacity and grit, you can only expect from the Wolverines of the University of Michigan.
No, totally, totally. I think one thing that I'd like to mention about the, at least about the Fighting Irish here is we might, there is no doubt in my mind that we're going to see a goal from Notre Dame in this hockey game. That doesn't mean that we're going to go into overtime 1-1. Not sure, but coming into tonight, going over the numbers. Graham Slaggert is on a 3-game point streak. He has 5 points in that time. His brother Landon is also on a 2-game point streak, along with Trevor Janicki, who's also on a 2-game point streak. And that line, those Slaggert brothers and Trevor Janicki, that first line for Notre Dame that's out right now, is the highest scoring line for this team so far.
I don't like what you're saying, but you are probably right. The Wolverines will have to adapt. Get some more. Hughes rips one. Here's another opportunity in front of the net. Beniers almost gets his stick on it. The rebound out front, unable to. Puck in the neutral zone. Truscott tries to go D-to-D back to Hughes, but Hughes fumbles the puck, and a Notre Dame player will have it in front of the net.
Ooh.
Rip a shot off. It's going to go wide after
what a
it redirects
save
off
by
of Hughes.
Portillo.
Krasny now tries to get a shot off. He whiffs. It's going to go to the side. That's 24 for Notre Dame. Wolverines under a lot of pressure quickly. They'll dump it out into the neutral zone where number 4, Leverman, has it, cycling with it now. He's under a little bit of pressure from Johnson. Passes it D-to-D to Ellis. Ellis looking up ice. He'll send it to number 11. Tips the puck to make sure there's no icing right there.
Ellis is that high scorer for Notre Dame, too, if you remember from the beginning of this broadcast. And to give a quick shout-out to my roommates from last year, he's from Canton, Michigan. 28 points in 36 games played. Canton, home of IKEA, for those of you in Southeast Michigan.
All right, Notre Dame with the puck now at the point. It's number 3, the senior captain, Karshik. He'll send it down. It's tipped by a Michigan defender into the corner. Notre Dame still with the puck. Janke, cross ice, back to Karthik.
Oh, wow.
And he'll send it to the front of the net where number 12 seems to tip it in. Hard to tell what just happened. And they score. He did tip it into the net. The crowd reaction surprised me there for a moment.
It's looking like
But Notre Dame
that
just
goal
tipped
is
it
going
in.
to be going to Jack Adams. No relation to the Jack Adams Award for Coach of the Year in the National Hockey League. We're going to have to watch that replay, folks, but I think the usual suspects of number 27, Trevor Janicki, in that first line was out there with fourth line right winger, Jack Adams, but we're going to wait to hear from the referees who that final call is going to. Not great for the Wolverines. A bit sloppy play around Portillo can tend to lead to those type of goals, those ugly ones. I hate to say it. So
just a nice tip in front. Wolverines unable to lift the stick of that player.
Yeah.
It was a great play setup by Notre Dame.
No, absolutely. And a little bit of a sobering reminder here up in the broadcast booth, but definitely for the Wolverines downstairs on the ice that this game is only halfway over. There's a lot of time left.
Is only halfway over. Am I allowed to say you jinxed it there? You're just talking about how Notre Dame was going to score.
Well, I tend to jinx a lot in hockey. That's why I don't wear my Blues jersey anymore.
Samoskevich with the puck on the far side in the neutral zone under a lot of pressure. Blankenberg's going to come and attempt to drop a little bit of a hit on number 4 for Notre Dame. A little unsuccessful. That's, again, Nick Lieberman, the assistant captain of this team, or one of the assistant captains of this team. This game will get more physical as it progresses. 7:37 remaining in the second period. Michigan with 18 shots. Notre Dame with 11.
Wow.
The scoreboard, however, 1-1.
Yeah, that is not happy with that, but this game is not over.
This game is definitely not over. Face-off at center ice. It's Bordelot. He'll win it back to Edwards. Edwards to Blankenberg, D-to-D. He'll cross the red line. Or, excuse me, he doesn't cross the red line all the way to dump it in. A ref has his hand up. We've got an icing whistle here.
Looks like that. Looks like that.
Puck drop will be in Michigan territory.
Well, a little bit more about the Irish here and their history in the Big Ten, because for those listening at home, wherever you find yourself listening to this broadcast, you're probably thinking to yourself, what does Notre Dame have to do with the Big Ten? Aren't they that independent school down in South Bend? Well, at the next break, I'll tell you a little bit about that.
A little bit of a teaser there.
Yes.
I like it. Boltman with the puck for Notre Dame in Notre Dame territory. He'll cycle it off to another captain, who will lose it in the neutral zone to Edwards. Edwards, D to Blankenberg. Blankenberg, he has passage off. He'll choose to skate it down. Tries to split the D, but he's knocked down. Recovers quickly, but he loses the puck. Passage off with it. Send it to Bordelot. Bordelot skating towards the net. He's got Estapa, but Estapa loses a little control of his stick there. Notre Dame gets the puck back in the neutral zone. Pearson recovers for the Wolverines. Sends it to nowhere, but Passage off is able to grab it. Notre Dame with it once again. It's Stastny with the puck now at the point. He's doing a few escape moves under pressure from Owen Power. Power unable to grab the puck too much there, but an errant pass is going to send the puck back into the neutral zone, where Notre Dame will grab it. Here's another opportunity for them. Move is attempted, but Portillo manages to cover the puck. A little bit of a tussle in front of the net.
Yeah, holy cow.
That was intense there. Honestly, I apologize. That probably wasn't the most thorough call, but as we watched that play out, it was hard to see where that puck was.
We're a bit speechless up here. What a great play by Solak Bakic. That was fantastic. Owen, I think that Michigan is starting to get a little bit starting to fall into their old ways a little bit. They're being sloppy with their passes. They're not getting enough zone time once they cross the blue line into Notre Dame's zone. And Notre Dame is capitalizing on that. What is Notre Dame's game? Slow, hulking, big, hitting, and possession-based.
Absolutely. And the Wolverines, like you said, falling into that pattern where they're getting hit, they're getting knocked down, they're losing the puck, and letting Notre Dame at times control the pace and tone of this game. 6:19 remaining in the second period. Notre Dame with the puck in Michigan territory. They'll lose it quickly to Luke Hughes, who has it behind the net. He'll stop, try to reset, but he's under pressure. He's got someone chasing him. He sends it up through the neutral zone towards Moyle, who is under a lot of pressure, manages to dump it in where Lambert chases. Not enough. Notre Dame with the puck now. Here's their breakout. Little bit of an errant pass. Truscott with it in the neutral zone for the Wolverines. He'll dump it back in. Galida plays it behind the net. Managed to stop the puck. Notre Dame tries to send it far up ice, and it's an icing as no player can get his stick on it. 5:47 remaining.
That's good. A lot of opportunities can come from an icing. Wolverines are going to get to put their high-scoring, high-octane offensive first line out there as we see Beniers, Brisson, Johnson, and those great defensemen. Ethan Edwards, criminally underrated, I might add. That great freshman defenseman. We saw him make a silky smooth move at the beginning of this period going into Notre Dame zone, where now we're going to see a face-off in that left circle and see what type of damage this second line can do. And as I say that, the Wolverines turn it over.
Well, it was a nice win by Beniers to Blankenberg, but he looked cross ice quickly,
Ellis.
saw an open lane.
Yeah,
Ellis comes in, steals that puck. He's a playmaker like you've been talking about, but here comes Beniers through the ice. He's got Johnson into Notre Dame territory. Blankenberg grabs it on the far board, but he's hit quickly. Notre Dame, it's Adams with the puck now, another name you mentioned earlier. He's bringing it into Michigan territory, controls the puck through a hit. That's a very impressive feature or trait to have as a hockey player, by the way. Krashik at the point, gets a shot off, but it's wide. It's behind the net. A lot of players stagnant back there, but Notre Dame will win the battle back there. Pressure, under pressure from Matty Beniers. Here's Stastny with the puck at the point. He's going to get a shot off. It looked like Portillo almost lost control of that puck, but he grabs it with his glove.
Oh, he made a great save, completely outspread. I mean, looking like a frog. I don't even know how to describe it. Oh, and you played hockey in high school. Was that a butterfly goaltending style?
I would say so. He definitely went into the split at the end.
Yeah.
That, you have to be very flexible to be a goalie. Portillo, he's one of the best out there. really stepping up for the Wolverines all season.
There are many reasons why he is nominated for the Richter, or he is in the conversation for the Mike Richter Goalie of the Year award here in the NCAA Division I hockey, and that is one of them. He is an incredibly flexible netminder. 6'6", I might add. It is hard to move like that when you are that tall.
I agree completely. 4:40 remaining in the second period. Notre Dame with the puck now. It's a 1-1 game. You've been talking about Portillo. He has been standing on his head. Notre Dame's 14 shots, only one getting through. Beecher's going to lay down a strong hit on Leverman at center ice in the neutral zone, who loses the puck. Dylan Duke with it now. He'll turn it over, but Samiskevich grabs it quickly. Samiskevich dumps it in. Leverman, a little angry about that last hit, lays the body into Samiskevich along the Michigan board. Puck in Notre Dame territory. Owen Power, Johnny Beecher, and Dylan Duke all fighting over it. Pearson grabs it at the point. Gets a shot off Passagov with the tip, but it's wide of the net. Here comes Notre Dame. It's Rolston with it now. It's number 12 against number 22 for the Wolverines. Owen Power, he'll take a shot. Looks like it was deflected up into the net. We're going to have a face-off in Michigan territory.
Yeah, well, 3 minutes, 56 seconds left here in this second period. I think for that brief moment, there was a bit of a scare, at least, when Notre Dame scored that goal that I had up here. And I think that the crowd had as well. About, oh, is Michigan going to be able to kind of react to that, have a good reaction? I think they have. We haven't seen, maybe the best goal-scoring chances after that shot for the Wolverines against Galida. But certainly the Wolverines have been keeping a good pace, and I think they're getting back to what they're known for. And again, I say that, and there's another turnover in the neutral zone for the Wolverines. So who knows? They're trying to prove me wrong tonight.
That's one of the things that have been costing this Michigan team all night, is those nasty turnovers in the neutral zone, and a lot of that comes because of how physical Notre Dame is as a team. They're controlling the puck in Michigan territory right now, but Van Wy gets a stick on one. He's able to grab it. Here come the Wolverines. It's a 3-on-2. Van Wy, he's got Moyle coming with him. He'll rip a shot right into the glove of Galida of Notre Dame.
Like a great MLB catcher, that is straight into the glove, closing. Maybe get Galida down to spring training. I'm sure the Cubs could use him.
It's spring training just starting. The MLB finally out of its lockout.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. I might not be the biggest baseball fan. I'm certainly no Cubs fan, despite my proud Chicago heritage. I'm a Cardinals fan myself, but yeah, Galida, he has been stellar tonight. The score is 1-1. He's set aside 18 of 19 shots tonight. He does have Michigan's number. I'm not going to say that means Michigan can't win this hockey game, but Michigan's going to have to find another way to get around him, because you can't tic-tac-toe on every play, Owen.
I'd say the way around him is just outplaying that Notre Dame defense. If they can apply the pressure and set up plays like they did for that first beautiful goal, that tic-tac-toe goal, Michigan can get around it, but they haven't as of recent. Blankenberg, a shot from the point. It's right back into the glove of Galida.
It is plays on the breakout, or on the rush, right? Kind of broken plays, as we might describe them, that Michigan does have a lot of skill and talent. I mean, there are a bunch of reasons why 4 out of the top 5 of the players selected into the 2021 NHL entry draft are Wolverines. But I think what we're looking for up here, at least, is some more, some plays that come off of, some set plays, or some plays that are coming off of a face-off that's won. Wolverines are struggling with that, even with a pretty decent face-off percentage tonight.
And Ellis breaks the puck out for Notre Dame through the neutral zone and into Michigan territory come the Fighting Irish, but under a lot of pressure on the boards from, that's Bordelot and Estapa, I believe, down there, or Edwards, excuse me. We don't have the best view up here from the press box. Estapa with the puck now. He's going to lose it at the blue line, where a Notre Dame player will pass it to the point to Baca. He's got Leverman on the near side, but Bordelot's going to recover the puck, and he's tripped up. No call on the ice, it seems. That's a shame. Brisson entering Notre Dame territory. He takes a shot. It's wide.
Brisson is that sharpshooter.
Beniers with the puck now at the point. He'll get it to Johnson. Johnson looking into the corner. He sends it down to Brisson. Brisson up to the point. Power with it now. Back to Johnson at the point. He'll rip a shot off. It's loose. Brisson with the puck over the net. Beniers has it behind the net. Johnson with his stick up. He wants the one-timer. He takes it. It's just wide of the net. Power with it in the corner. Taking his time. This is the Michigan super line. Pearson to Johnson at the point. Johnson taking his time, makes a move. He's going to traverse the blue line. A little bit of an escape move there. Tries to take a shot, deflects off the stick of a Notre Dame defender into the netting, and we have a whistle. 147.
That is what we were talking about. That is playmaking right there. Getting possession, passing the puck around, looking for those open opportunities, running that clock down a little bit too, because we know Michigan can score. Heck, they're one of the highest scoring, if not the highest scoring team in all of NCAA Division I men's hockey. And these players will be among the best in the NHL in years to come. But now we see this line of Beecher at that great hit.
Keeping the puck under breakout, they'll send it high into the air where Luke Hughes is chasing after it in Michigan territory. He's going to lose the race to a Notre Dame player. Hard to see the number. We've got a little bit of an obstruction from the press box on the near side corner in Michigan's territory right now. Notre Dame with the puck. They're going to rip a shot from the top. That's number 11. 1 minute remaining in the period. Semiskevich grabs it for the Wolverines. He gets it to Beecher. Beecher skating down. He's got Semiskevich and Hughes. Semiskevich tries to catch the pass, but it's off his skate. Bounces right into the stick of a Notre Dame player. Deep, it's Owen Power with the puck. He gets it to Luke Hughes. Hughes down ice far to Van Wy. Van Wy over to Samiskevich. Samiskevich almost has Lambert, but it's tipped by number 20 of Notre Dame. That would have been a beautiful play, maybe even a goal there. They could have made that work. Notre Dame still controlling the puck in their own zone, under pressure from Blankenberg and Jimmy Lambert. Puck trickles out to the neutral zone where Power grabs it. He's going to dump it in. 19 seconds remaining in the second period. Van Wy putting pressure on Notre Dame as they dump it out. Morgan grabs the puck at the blue line. He dumps it back in. Van Wy wasn't out of the zone quite yet. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Doesn't seem like much will happen here. Puck in the neutral zone. A little bit of a tussle for it.
Watch that high stick.
A little bit of a high stick at the end, but no problems, no tension. Not too much tension on the ice, I should say. Maybe at the final sound of the buzzer in the third period we'll see some tension, but we emerge from the second period in a 1-1 game after going into the first period at 0-0.
Said it better myself, Owen.
1-1 as we enter our 12-minute break for the second, in between the second and third period intermission. So, David, talking about that second period there, I would call it pretty even. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I could not have said it better myself. Like you said, the shots on goal this period, the goals, the score. This was a very even period. Michigan came out of the gates a little bit stronger. Notre Dame a bit kind of on their feet. Wolverines score. Wolverines dominate for the next couple of minutes. Notre Dame gets back to their formula. They get a nice goal. That's a morale boost on the bench. The boys on the ice as well. And now we're coming into this last period, this final period, with a lot of questions for the Wolverines team. And especially, what is their game plan these next 20 minutes? How are they getting a goal? How are they getting 2 goals? Because 1 goal is not going to be enough to win this game. That's what I think.
Absolutely. And for those of you that were with us in between the first and second periods during that intermission, you heard Josh Tenzer talking about how multiple games for the Wolverines have fallen apart at the end against Notre Dame. It's those last final few minutes. Notre Dame gets a quick goal. The Wolverines can't get it in time. I think looking at this third period, they really got to move into it, come out with that fire and tenacity that we know they can have, that brought them that goal in the second period, but they have to bring it the whole period, or else Notre Dame will capitalize, as they have done 4 times this season against Michigan.
Yeah, Notre Dame is a hungry team, Owen. Notre Dame is a very hungry team. And when you play teams like Notre Dame, when you play teams that don't have the talent that you do, and that are looking to recruit more, right, and are looking to attract players like that, there's no better opportunity than standing out and winning the Big Ten. Notre Dame, this is their 3rd appearance in the Big Ten semifinals in 5 seasons since joining the Big Ten 5 years ago. They've actually won back-to-back Big Ten tournament championships in 2018 and 2019. So this is a team that was independent for a long time. Yeah, as you know them in football, an independent program, comes to the Big Ten, makes a lot of noise in the beginning. Now we have the 2 pandemic seasons, 2020, which was kind of an off season for all programs. 2021, which was, but overall the record says that Notre Dame is better than Michigan when they play against each other. So far, there's nothing in tonight's game that proves that. that is the first time that I can say this season that the Wolverines are playing. My very long-winded answer of what to expect for the next period, and what my reflections on this period are, it sounds cliche and it's a cop-out a little bit, but I mean it sincerely. The Wolverines have to get back to what they do best on this season, right?
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. And like you said, it's a tie game right now. I think the best thing the Wolverines can do entering this third period is act like it's a clean, fresh slate.
Hey,
0-0.
Totally.
You've got 20 minutes. Win the period. That's what my coaches used to like to say. You win this period, you win the game, and you're in the Big Ten Hockey Championship.
Absolutely.
Nothing else from the season matters except the next 20 minutes of play. Here's to hoping that the Wolverines can win this one. But if they don't win this period, I'm hoping that there's another 5-10 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, overtime hockey sure is exciting, but we're hoping for not. We're hoping not. We're not hoping for that though.
I might be 18, but I don't know if overtime hockey is what my heart needs here in Yost.
Yeah, maybe me too. Especially considering Notre Dame is really good against the Wolverines in overtime, and in overtime this season, the Wolverines are 6-2. In overtime, with the OT game-winning goals coming from Cameron Burke at Michigan Tech, Ryder Rolston at the University of Michigan here, Max Ellis at Michigan and at Penn State, and Spencer Stastny at Ohio State, and Landon Slaggart versus Minnesota. Holy cow. Look out for Max Ellis, Owen. Look out for him because he hasn't made much noise tonight, but leads this team with points.
He is not someone you want to give opportunities to on this Notre Dame team. No. Well, David, I am very excited for this third period of play.
Me too.
Tied game, 1-1, but like I said, 20 minutes, fresh slate, win the period.
Your coach was right. They knew something, Owen. They knew something.
Coach Croak, if you win this period, you will win yourself a ticket to the Big Ten Championship. It appears that there's a shoe on the ice right now.
Yeah. That's in protest to some of the students that are, that shoe is going to get embedded in the ice.
Oh, and the Zamboni rolled over the shoe.
Oh, gosh.
Looks like it might have chewed it up.
That could be an expensive,
God.
That could be an expensive repair.
Well, with that little shoe on the ice, that little bit of fun, we'll leave you with John Pasquale in the Michigan Marching Band for the next 6 minutes of intermission. Enjoy the Blues Brothers, everyone.
Yes.
2 minutes remaining here on the clock as we look towards the third period of play. The Big Ten hockey semifinals. That was the Blues Brothers from the Michigan Marching Band, the Michigan Hockey Band, I should say, led, of course, by Dr. John Pasquale. One the score from Yost Ice Arena. Yost rocking like never before. For those of you sticking with us all game through minor interruptions due to slower than normal network speeds because of just how many people are at Yost today, thank you. This is WCBN sports coverage of the 2022 Big Ten Hockey Playoffs. Again, my name Owen Crane, my partner David Kramer. He'll be back in just a moment. Notre Dame Fighting Irish back on the ice. If you could hear the boos from the children of Yost in the background. Wolverines to re-enter the ice. 25 seconds remaining in intermission here. I know the refs like to get it going immediately.
All right. My thoughts, Owen, and welcome back.
That in terms of Big Ten play, this period could be it. The Wolverines, it's almost certain that they will get a berth.
Get some center depth on that team.
Have to wait, see what happens there. But we are set for faceoff. Here's Bordelot. He'll win it back. Estapa gets his stick on it. It's one back. Power. D to D to Pearson on the near side. He'll skate up and dump it in. Number 4, that's Lieberman, is there for Notre Dame to grab it. But turnover in the neutral zone gives it back to Pastajov. Pastajov fighting for it as a Notre Dame player grabs it and goes offsides into Michigan territory. We have our first whistle of the third period. 19:45 remaining. Again in the third. 21 shots for the Wolverines so far. 6 Wolverines lose it. Notre Dame will grab it. It's going to be Lieberman again. Dumps it in. Back in the neutral zone. Dumped out by Portillo. And Notre Dame just dumps it right back in. It's Pearson behind.
Convinced that is Michigan.
Tough to see. Just a note for our listeners, our network seems to have dropped drastically. Thank you, Dependent Fanatic, for letting us know about that.
Yeah.
We will try to get our Wi-Fi issues resolved. That is mostly out of our hands here at Yost, and I think it's worse than normal because of just how many press are in the building today on the network.
That is true.
I tried to get us on the Ethernet. It did not end up working out. It seems that the Ethernet ports are dead here. We'll have to figure that out eventually.
Yeah, sorry folks, for those at home listening, I appreciate your patience. We're gonna try and get through this soon.
Get through this third period for now, hopefully without any more interruptions from the network, but we'll try to get that resolved. If it goes horribly, we'll hop off for a moment.
Yeah.
Looks like we're back.
Yeah, looks like we're back. Oh.
It's in and out.
We're monitoring it. Yes.
Thank you guys for bearing with us here as it comes in and out. We're in play right now. Notre Dame with the puck skating through the neutral zone. 18:34 remaining in the second period. In the back end, Luke Hughes grabs it for the Wolverines. He's got a few options. Looks up ice to Brisson. Brisson tries to drop it to Johnson, but he's not ready for the puck. He loses it at center ice. Johnson putting pressure on a Notre Dame player. Beniers tries to lay the body, unable to knock the player down. Wasn't really a solid try there, though. Blankenberg's going to dump it in for the Wolverines. And Johnny Beecher pass it to Kent Johnson in Notre Dame territory. Here's Blankenberg with it at the point. He's carrying it, looks to get in front of the net. Puck's out in front.
Oh.
Almost a great opportunity there. Kent Johnson got a stick on it, unable to make too much happen. Johnny Beecher.
That was close, Owen.
That was a close one. Beecher still fighting for it in Notre Dame territory, but the Wolverines will go for a line change, giving Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, a lot of time there. Here's Samiskevich in the neutral zone. He's got the puck. He's got Dylan Duke as well. He'll take a shot. Nice save right into the chest of Galida. who, again, we were talking about him last period. He is standing on his head.
He sure is.
For Notre
He sure
Dame.
is, Owen. You know, we were speaking with WCBN alumni, Alex Drain. Catch him on the Big Ten, or covering the Wolverines on the MGO Blue blog, and on Twitter. He's worth a follow, I promise, for all things Michigan related. Well, we was talking with Alex Drain. Drain, as we call him for short, somewhat of a mentor here for me, at least, as I'm entering the twilight of my broadcasting career here. And he said one thing about the Wolverines that really stuck with me after those last 2 periods. He said he wants to see more possession in the offensive zone and more shots on goal. Now, obviously, more shots on goal tends to lead to more goals, but I think putting more pressure on Galida is something that the Wolverines need to do, considering they had the equal amount of shots as Notre Dame did last period.
Absolutely. We talked about it. He stands on his head. Michigan needs to create those plays like they did with that bing, bang, boom goal. No better way to describe it than that tic-tac-toe play that got them that 1 on the scoreboard. Of course, tied at 1 with Notre Dame. Don't want to let Notre Dame capitalize on your mistakes here. Michigan really needs to cut down on those turnovers. 16:59 remaining in the third. We have seen both teams playing well in the third. Neither team yet to stand out.
Yeah. 3 minutes in, it's a bit hard to tell. Wolverines have been putting on a little bit more pressure. But yeah, I think Owen, as you said, a bit hard to tell. We shall see. Definitely a scrappy Wolverines team this period, though. Definitely pretty scrappy.
Absolutely. They're doing a good job avoiding those checks, really trying to get the puck to the front of the net. Puck in play. It's Luke Hughes at the point in Notre Dame territory. He gets a shot off. It's once again straight into the chest of Galida. But, you know, you keep taking these shots, you are bound to score eventually.
Yeah, totally. I think what they could have improved with that opportunity at least was, I know Hughes was under some pressure even at the back that far at the blue line. Notre Dame's been very good at applying pressure far out. Owen, I know I didn't play hockey. I have experience with lacrosse. Would that be a zone defense if their coverage is extending that far towards the blue line? But
honestly, I don't know the proper term, but
yeah,
they're definitely playing man-on-man pressure.
Yeah, okay.
Man-on-man coverage.
But I think the Wolverines, and we're going to see right now, they could do a better job of screening Galida. They haven't been great about that, at least in this game so far.
I agree. They definitely need to work on their net front presence. The puck right now in Notre Dame territory. It's Beniers. He'll pass across ice. Here's a shot from Johnson at the point. It's going to go wide, though. The Wolverines also need to work on hitting the net. They've missed a lot of shots today. They've gone just wide. Got to improve that accuracy. Johnson with the puck on the boards on the far side. He'll hand it off to Truscott. Truscott traversing around. It's Brisson in front. He scores! 2-1 Michigan.
Holy cow. And look at that. There's no net front presence with that shot. That is Brendan Brisson. That is the most underrated player on this team. Holy cow. He went to Beijing for a reason. He's going to the NHL for a reason. He is a sharp shooter. Brendan Brisson. Holy cow. Let me get some stats for you folks. Brendan Brisson, 5 game-winning goals this season. Okay? Let's get some more stats for you. Brendan Brisson leading the team. No, he's not leading the team in goals. He's in second place, though. 17, now 18. He's tied for first place. He's tied for first place with these goals. He is an electric player. And no better player to play Pump It Up for. Wow, that is a change of tone for this game, Owen. That is a change of tone.
Absolutely a game changer. 2-1 over Notre Dame. 15 minutes remaining in the Big Ten semifinals here. Very exciting. That might be the energy push we need for the Wolverines. Again, going into the final 15 minutes of the game. It remains to be seen how Notre Dame responds. Last time they responded with force, but if the Wolverines could put another 1-2 goals on the board and shut down that Notre Dame offense, we could be seeing the Wolverines once again in that Big Ten championship game. For now, puck
absolutely
back in play in Michigan territory. It's going to trickle out, flipped out into the neutral zone. Notre Dame defensemen recover it, bring it back into their own territory. D-to-D. Blankenberg lays a little bit of a hit on a Notre Dame player. They'll dump it in. Now the puck, waiting with it right now, is Pearson behind Portillo, behind the net. He's going to break it out. He passes it to Power. Power looking for options, doesn't really have anyone. He'll take a shot from the neutral zone. Galida, quick glove save, no problem for him. But again, that is that pressure that the Wolverines are putting on. I'd like to see Power putting that puck on net instead of dumping it in.
Yeah, good point. I think Power has been kind of silent the second half of this season. You know, I'm a part of a WCBN produced podcast with the fantastic Connor Eargood and the other fantastic Joshua Tenzer. I suggest you all give it a listen on this same YouTube channel. But one thing we were talking about actually yesterday during our coverage of our weekly podcast was Owen Power's kind of difficulties this season. And maybe it's because a lot of his responsibility, especially on the power play, has been taken away now that Luke Hughes is kind of that offensive defenseman. But, yeah, it's good to see, in short, it's good to see him putting shots on goal, because that's what we need, especially from him. He's got a wicked wrister, and he's got an even better slap shot.
Absolutely. Long ice pass made by Notre Dame is tipped. Looked like it was off the stick of Pearson. Might have been a stoppa. It's going to go into the netting, but it was tipped in the neutral zone, so we'll have a face-off here in the neutral zone, just the far side, closer to Michigan territory. Taking it for the Wolverines, Johnny Beecher. He'll lose it as Notre Dame wins it. They try to get a shot off. Portillo, it's off his glove, but high, no problem there. Samoskevich with the puck now in the neutral zone for the Wolverines. Skating in. He's taking his time. He's got Beecher behind him if he wants to drop it.
It's an ugly hit.
A little bit of an ugly hit. Wipes out there. Notre Dame recovers the puck, and that, again, is the strength of their physicality on the ice to take that puck away. Notre Dame, a little bit of an opportunity there. Shot, not necessarily a shot, but trickles into Portillo. Uses his pads to knock that one away. Samoskevich knocks the puck over.
And that's another souvenir.
To Dylan Duke. Yeah, he'll send the puck out. Yet another souvenir.
Good catch by a young Wolverine fan. Wouldn't have it any other way.
It's nice to see it. Nice to see Dad taking a selfie with his kids with the puck now, too. Michigan, 27 shots now to Notre Dame 17. Reflecting in the score once again with Michigan up 2-1 over the Fighting Irish. 13:55 remaining in the third. Faceoff will be on the far side in Michigan's zone. Taking it once again for the Wolverines is Johnny Beecher.
John Beecher, player who's been here as long as I've been here. I hope I don't sound too old saying that, but he's, you know, kind of lost a little bit of, the expectations for John have definitely decreased a little bit as the talent has increased on this team. Oh wow, I do not want to prevent that. That was almost a very good goal.
But coming out of a Notre Dame power play, Samoskevich on a breakaway, but he loses the puck under pressure. So I want to describe what just happened with Notre Dame. After this, we'll get back to it. Edwards with the puck in Notre Dame territory. He's going to get a shot off. It trickles in front of the net. No one is there to pick it up. Puck now behind the net. Edwards picking it up. It's below the red line. Knocked down in front of the net is Matty Beniers. That looked like a hit from behind. They're going to call it. Here's a whistle. Michigan's going to go up on a power play.
Holy cow.
That was a string of events. Let me take this back for a moment to what happened in front of the net there with Notre Dame. Notre Dame almost had a great opportunity. Puck in front of the net, unable to get a stick on it enough to put it past Portillo. He's standing on his head. These boos you hear from the audience, I've got a lot to catch up on. They're sending Beniers to the box as well. It will not be a Michigan
4-on-4
power play.
now.
Looks like it's going to be 4-on-4 because the penalties are for different reasons. It's not matching. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey. And David, this is where the Wolverines can shine. This is a team that really does well with space. They do well with space.
They do.
And if they're able to open the ice up, you know, just 4-on-4, we'll see what happens here.
Although I will say it's difficult with Beniers going to the box. It is difficult. But, you know, Bordelot is not a bad substitution for a centerman. He is fantastic. And unfortunately, a little bit of a loss there.
So puck in play now. Dribbles out to the neutral zone. Owen Power has it. He's got Bordelot to his right. He's going to use it. Bordelot entering Notre Dame territory. Coming in hot. He whiffs on the puck, though. Attempts to send it out to Power, but it goes into the neutral zone once again. Power through the legs to Johnson. That was pretty. Johnson coming in. He's got Blankenberg ahead of him. He also has Bordelot to his left. He's going to use him. Bordelot to Power. Power on the near side with it now. He drops it. to Johnson. Johnson coming in, little bit of a spin move off the backhand, just wide of the net. Blankenberg with the puck on the near side at the point. He sends it over to Power. Power,
this is playoff hockey.
But he's going to bring it into the neutral zone.
Careful.
Johnson with it now. Watch the Wolverines make space as it's 4-on-4. Johnson with it. He's skating in towards the net. Tries to cut in. He stops to Bordeleau at the point. Bordeleau rips a shot. Little bit of a lack of energy there. Just a quick shot right off the wrist.
And Galaida's good with that glove. Galaida is great with that glove. It is he has been very impressive this game and this season. He's lightning with that glove, as we said in the first period. Right? No, in the middle of the second period, it's like a catcher. He's solid. You got it. You can't shoot there. That Brisson goal actually was actually blocker side. So I think the Wolverines, maybe they scouted him that way. I think that usually tends to happen. But
perhaps puck in front of the net, almost an opportunity there. Morgan to the point. It's here's a shot. That shot from the point. It's Truscott with it. He got it off the stick quickly, but Notre Dame recovers. We've got 40 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 here at Yost Ice Arena. Van Wy putting some pressure on Notre Dame. Here's Truscott too. Van Wy's going to recover the puck, but he loses it as he almost trips over it. Leverman coming in on a 2-on-2. Here's a shot off. No big deal for Portillo. Handles it very easily. Coming back down for the Wolverines now.
Look at Hughes making moves.
Luke Hughes. Absolutely. I like that. Almost rhymes. Sends it down behind the net where Notre Dame recovers it. It's Leverman once again, number 4, the senior captain. We'll pass it to Slaggert, who's going to rip a shot off. It's wide.
Wow, that was just wide. A really great shot.
Great shot. We're going to go back to 5-on-5 play here. Wolverines, I would say that they created the space, didn't do too much for them there.
Yeah.
This Notre Dame team really has Michigan's number when it comes to some of their tricks. Against Ohio State, Michigan's ability to move the puck really came through for them. Here, it's been helpful, but it isn't as big of a benefit against a strong fighting Irish team.
No, I agree. And, it speaks to the zone, the defensive zone presence that Notre Dame has. They're really good at stifling shots. Or at stifling shots and opportunities, right?
With the puck now is Owen Power in Notre Dame territory. Dylan Duke with it. Back to Power at the point. Looks to his side. He's got Pearson. Pearson traversing with the puck. Makes a move, sends it into the corner for Dylan Duke. Duke to the front of the net. There's no one there to pick it up. Oh, but that was a great, juicy rebound in front. 10 minutes remaining in the third period now. Samoskevich with the puck on the far side boards. Sends it over to Power. Power down low to Lambert at the point. Lambert tries to pass it to Pearson. It's going to bounce off of his backhand as he couldn't control it. Pearson regrouping quickly, entering Notre Dame territory with speed. Puck is knocked away from him and into the corner, but he chases it and recovers.
Tries 10 minutes left in this broadcast, at least in this period.
10 minutes left in this period. Remains to be seen for the whole broadcast. Puck flipped through the neutral zone into Michigan territory. Power is able to knock it over to Pearson. Pearson will try to send it up the boards, but a Notre Dame player gets there first. Power chasing after the puck. Does a good job breaking out. He's very slick with it. Makes a discreet pass through the legs to Moyle, who's going to dump it into Notre Dame territory. That's behind the net. Galaida will go back there and play the puck there, helping the breakout. But pressure on the breakout from Kent Johnson is going to stop it. He'll get it over to Beniers. Beniers rips a shot, but it's wide. It's going to go around the boards all the way down to Portillo, Michigan territory, where Luke Hughes picks it up off a Portillo stick. He's got Truscott. He also has Brisson. He's taking his time now. Wants to reset, slow things down here for the game. Truscott and Beniers both approaching. Beniers seemed to give a little nod there. He'll receive the puck, but he loses it in the neutral zone. That's a sloppy turnover. Kent Johnson with the puck now. He's back in Michigan territory. It's up to Brisson. Brisson has Beniers to his right, but he'll attempt to skate through 2 defenders. Doesn't really work there. Pass probably would have worked out a little better as Notre Dame recovers the puck. They're coming down now. It's going to be Janke dumping it in. Portillo plays the puck behind the net. Rips it around, but doesn't get enough of a stick on it. It's on the boards.
The crowd is feeling it tonight, Owen.
Absolutely. The crowd is into it. Beniers to Johnson, entering Notre Dame territory to Brisson in front of the net, excuse me. I got a little frustrated watching them fumble that perfect pass to the point.
Yeah, that was. Oh, another potential tic-tac-toe opportunity tonight, Owen.
Yeah.
Look, the Wolverines are on right now. The Wolverines are feeling it tonight, or at least in this period.
The Wolverines are good. And this is our first whistle after the 10-minute mark, meaning it's our one TV timeout of the period.
This is just...
This TV timeout couldn't come at a better time for Notre Dame.
No.
They need this reset.
And for you, time to get a good sip of water, Owen. I'll do a little bit of the talking while Owen is recovering, because I certainly would be parched if I were in his position. Well, folks, we've got 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this period at least. The Wolverines are up with 29 shots to 18 shots as well on the scoreboard with 2-1 for Notre Dame. You know, normally when there are a lot of shots and not many goals, right, with Michigan, it seems that only 27, with their 27 saves for Galida. One would assume, oh, you know, Galida's been the goalie of the night, right? And I'd say he has been, for sure. But it also speaks to the defensive prowess that Notre Dame has. Not every goal is an equal goal, or not every shot is an equal shot. Not every shot is an equal scoring opportunity, right? The Wolverines have a lot of shots from the point. Not a lot of those point shots are getting in. In fact, so far tonight, all of the goals have come from either in the circle or right in the darn crease. So, you know, while the Wolverines might be out shooting Notre Dame by, 11 shots, that doesn't necessarily mean that these are, 11 more quality shots. So I think that's just a little food for thought as we go into the last, potentially the last 8 minutes, 15 seconds in this game.
Final 8 minutes, very crucial to see how Michigan plays here. I like how you're describing it. Michigan with more shots, not necessarily more opportunities. Notre Dame defense doing a good job boxing that screener out of the front of the net. They're lifting sticks, playing the puck, moving them out, doing a good job there. 8:15 remaining in the third. 2-1, Michigan up over Notre Dame, the 2022 Big Ten Hockey Playoff semifinals. Puck is back in play in Notre Dame territory. It's going to be Lambert with the puck behind the Notre Dame net. He's going to send it up to Pearson at the point.
Yeah,
Pearson
great opportunity.
looks left to Owen Power. Owen Power skating in. He's got on his backhand, tries to get it off. A little bit of pressure. It's tipped into the corner where Notre Dame is playing with it. They're going to send it to the other corner. Pearson chasing after it. He can't get there, and Notre Dame player uses his body very effectively to separate him from the puck. Here comes the Notre Dame breakout. It's number 19, dropping it in, lays the body on Pearson there. Van Wy with the puck now, but he fumbles it in his feet. He'll get it to Lambert, however. Lambert has Morgan as he enters Notre Dame territory, dumps it in. He wants off. 7:30 remaining in the third. Puck behind the red line in Notre Dame territory. A Wolverine and a Irishman, if that's how you refer to them.
Certainly.
Fighting for it.
They are dyeing the River Green in Chicago this weekend.
And Luke Hughes with the puck now in Michigan territory. A little bit of an opportunity there for the Fighting Irish. Not going to see anything come of it as an Irishman. We'll keep calling them that. That's going to be Bach. Falls down.
Yeah, well, Owen, I didn't play hockey if you don't count shinny hockey in the basement. Sorry, Owen, I didn't play any real hockey unless you count shinny hockey in the basement every Thanksgiving break. But there's one thing that's universal in hockey and in lacrosse, the sport I played in high school. You don't let the other team touch your goalie.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things when I was playing hockey in high school. My coaches didn't want stupid penalties, but if anyone put their stick near your goalie, you know, we had full permission to lay him down on the ice. Of course, this is Rhode Island high school hockey, a different level than Big Ten college hockey. Things here definitely less physical because it's far more skillful. And as the game of hockey gets faster and more skilled, you'll see less and less fighting, less hits that cause injuries. As hockey becomes safer and faster. Puck is back in play now in the neutral zone. It's Lieberman fighting for it. He'll recover, send it to his partner, number 24, his assistant captain of this program, or the Notre Dame program, I should say. They're going to dump it in. Portillo grabs the puck behind the net, but he's under pressure from two Notre Dame players. Gets it to Blankenberg on the side. Here comes Pastajov. He'll traverse or skate up through the neutral zone. I really like the word traverse today, and dump it in. And Bordelot recovers the puck at the point for the Wolverines. He gets a shot off. It's blocked by a Notre Dame defenseman. And Bordelot will grab the puck right as it trickles into the neutral zone and dump it back in.
Yeah, no, 6 minutes left here in this game, or in this period at least. I'm a bit, I can't jump ahead of myself too much by saying that, but the Wolverines are really, showing some defense that I have not seen out of them this season, this period.
They've been doing a good job applying that pressure, and their back check has been very strong against Notre Dame so far. Here's Samoskevich in the neutral zone. He'll dump it in. Galida is going to play it behind the net, send it back up the boards on the near side. Number 22 for Notre Dame in the neutral zone. That's Adams with it. You talked about him earlier. He'll dump it in. Truscott grabs it, rips it from behind up to Johnson on the near side boards. Johnson has Beniers as he skates up. To Beniers on the far side on the boards as they enter Notre Dame territory. It's tipped out where Luke Hughes grabs it in the neutral zone. He'll dump it again.
The Devils can't wait to have Luke Hughes.
Luke Hughes really coming through for the Wolverines in the second half of the season. Puck back in the neutral zone. Luke Hughes with it once again. Pass it cross ice to Truscott. Truscott up to Johnson, who misses the tip and actually bounces it straight to a Notre Dame player.
That looked like a set play to me.
Might have been an intentional tip. Definitely didn't work out for him. I would say Beniers grabs the puck, sends it into Notre Dame territory.
Yeah, good possession right now from the Wolverines that we're seeing in this offensive zone. They're really slowing it down, at least enough to a pace where they're able to control and kind of push Notre Dame into a little bit of a box. 4:40 left right now.
Johnson cutting in, protecting the puck, will take a shot on goal. He'll pass it to Edwards at the point. He'll rip one. It's tipped off the stick of a Notre Dame defender. High with it in the corner now. So Wolverine, he'll pass it to Blankenberg at the point. Blankenberg with it on the near side, making a few escape moves. He's got Edwards. Edwards rips a shot. A Notre Dame player who has lost his stick managed to block it with his skate. My credit to him. That is quite impressive to play some soccer on the ice. Trickles into the neutral zone. Blankenberg with it now. He'll dump it in. Another dump and chase opportunity for the Wolverines. Blankenberg will take himself off the ice, get some fresh legs under him. A little bit of a rest. 4:04 remaining in the third period.
Ref has got that stick now, by the way.
The ref will grab the stick. It's a little bit of a safety hazard eventually. Van Wy to Lambert. It's a 3-on-1 for the Wolverines. Lambert, cross ice. Hard to see what just happened there.
Holy
Everyone
cow.
crumpled in on each other. I'll tell you this, the Wolverines did not score. Little unfortunate there, quite the opportunity. Here's a shot. That one coming from Power. The Wolverines still have the puck in Notre Dame territory. That 3-on-1 just didn't really come to fruition like we thought it would.
3:30 left. Shots are 30-19 in favor of the Wolverines. Score is 2-1 for those just tuning in.
This
is the third period of the Big Ten semifinals in the year 2022. Man, is it great to be back in Yost or what? Next week, if the Wolverines are fortuitous enough to make it to that finals of the Big Ten tournament, there will be no masks here in Ann Arbor. That is great news, folks.
Very exciting. Because the Wolverines are the 1 seed, I believe, the 2 seed. If Wisconsin wins, it might be an away game.
Oh, okay.
Have to wait and see.
Okay.
If it is at home, yes, the mask mandate will be dropped, something we have been looking forward to for a long time here at Michigan. They're dropping it everywhere except for classrooms when instructors are teaching. So we'll see how that plays out. Athletic venues will be mask-free. I won't lie to you. I'm looking around. I see a lot of people without masks today. We're 2 days away from them dropping. Puck back in play. Here's Beecher. It's Bordelot chasing after it. Notre Dame player is going to send it all the way into Michigan territory. Portillo plays it. It's no icing off of a tip.
Owen, one thing I want to say before I interrupt you again, because I'm going to let you, get on it soon. There's 3 minutes left in this game, and the next time Notre Dame touches the puck in the Wolverines' offensive zone, I better see Galida on that bench.
I agree. One thing we have seen in statistics in modern hockey, you got to pull that goalie earlier. It really gives you more opportunity. Notre Dame, the coach will be remiss if they lose and they don't pull that goalie in time. But the Wolverines doing a great job possessing it, stealing it from Notre Dame every time they attempt to gain control in Michigan territory. They try to dump it in, and look who's right there. Ethan Edwards grabs the puck up to Estapa. They dump it in. Right now, Michigan, their dumping in strategy is going great. We're down to 2:30 remaining in the third.
I see Ryan Bischel, that backup goalie for Notre Dame, operating that door, and I see him looking back and forth at Galida and back at the puck. So Yeah, 2:20 left now in this period.
Definitely
Holy
ready.
cow.
Here's Semiskevich with the puck towards the front of the net. He'll lose control of it. Johnny Beecher almost got a hand on it. He'll send it deep into the corner. We're in Notre Dame territory. With it now, it's Dylan Duke. He's got it behind the net, taking his time. He passes off to Semiskevich. Semiskevich to Pearson at the point. He'll rip it back down into the corner. It actually bounces off these very active boards at Yost, right towards the glove of Galida. Get his glove on it, get a whistle. 2 minutes left in the third.
2 minutes left, Owen. I've bitten all my fingernails off in this game.
I'm going to kill you if you jinx something right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to jinx anything, okay? Oh, well, I can't help myself. For the sake of journalism, the Wolverines are not great at these later stages. They have a habit of actually giving up the puck and getting scored on. So we are really hoping up here in Yost in this environment. We're keeping it positive. We're hoping that the Wolverines come out with the victory in this one. Wow, I have really jinxed it. I'm knocking on wood up here in the broadcast booth. But there's 2 minutes left.
Puck back in play. Good choice, good song choice by the DJ there, by the way. Truscott playing D against the Notre Dame player. Brings it into the zone. There goes Galida.
Yep.
So Notre Dame with a 6-man on the ice. 1:47 remaining in the period. Puck stagnant behind the net. It's going to come out. And now it's still behind the net. Trickles out front. And we're going to have it back into the neutral zone as Michigan is able to dump it out. 1:35 remaining in the third. It's 2-1 Michigan. Notre Dame really looking for a goal. This last minute 30 or their Big Ten season is over. I'm confident that they will make the NCAA tournament, but we'll see. Of course, no one wants to be done with Big Ten play. Luke Hughes with it in the neutral zone. He's skating around multiple players. Hughes with it. Oh, he takes a shot and it's tipped. Great tip. Great play there by Notre Dame defenders. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh,
David,
my gosh.
David's into this right now.
Yeah, I am super into it here. It is electric here at Yost Ice Arena here in Ann Arbor. There is 1 minute and 11 seconds left. 1-1-1. There was one more one on there. I'd say make a wish. It's 11-11, but thank God. My wish right now is that this game ends in a Wolverines victory. The shots are 31-19. It is active here in Yost. Everyone is up on their seats, even up here in the broadcast booth. Owen, we have no fingernails left. We've bitten them off. Every single digit on my body is crossed right now, and we're hoping that the Wolverines can pull through and get something out of this game, and I have confidence that they will. This is the best Wolverines team I have ever seen in the history of my, scholarship here at the University of Michigan. I'm a third-year member of WCBN Sports, and I believe in this team more than I ever have before.
I was pretty blessed as a freshman to come in and see a hockey team this strong.
Yes.
Big Ten and college football playoff, Big Ten championship, college football playoff my fall. I've got a team that, they're a minute 20 away. If they can maintain the status quo from heading into the Big Ten championship. This is exciting. Mr. Brightside echoing throughout Yost right now.
Holy cow.
And given that there's 1:11 left in the game, one thing that I'm seeing here that you don't normally see is no one is leaving. No one is leaving yet. Everyone is on their feet. The stands remain full. We are sold out.
It is a Saturday night, and this is the premier activity to be focused on here in Ann Arbor.
This is what it means to be a student in Michigan on a Saturday night.
Holy cow.
This is what sets this university apart. It's why I love this place so much.
Yes, and you've got another 3 years ahead of you, Owen. I envy you. This is a great opportunity for the Wolverines to show why, the bookies out in Vegas were saying that this is going to be the best team in the NCAA. And it's moments like this that really count. And I know that whoever the Wolverines are starting right now, we see Beniers, we see Van Wy, we see Pasajov, Blankenberg, and Power. Those are some of their best players.
Shivers. Puck dropped in Notre Dame territory. Galida back in net, but he's going to be pulled the moment Notre Dame can send it into Michigan zone. There he goes. Portillo gets the puck as it's sent into Michigan territory, but it's going to trickle back out into the neutral zone. Pasajov putting pressure on.
50 seconds left right now.
Pasajov still putting that pressure on as Leverman attempts to get it to another Notre Dame player. Pasajov still fighting for it. He's got a stick on every other puck I see, or every other pass I see, rather. Here comes Leverman and trying to enter Michigan territory. He keeps being slowed down by Van Wy's offensive pressure. Beniers coming up. He's keeping it out of Michigan zone. It trickles back out. They're stagnant. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Beniers trying to put the pressure on. Here's Slaggert. Number 19 is going to shoot it down. Portillo doesn't want the whistle. He sends it to the side into the corner. Notre Dame, number 27.
15 seconds left, Owen.
15. Leverman with it at the point. He goes cross ice. You got to get a shot off here
10
now.
10 seconds
Irish.
left in this period.
10 seconds left. Here's the shot. It's wide.
With the season on the line, 5 seconds left for
Michigan's
Notre
going to
Dame.
dump it down. It's into the zone. Here's a whistle. We've got half a second left on the clock.
Holy cow. Holy cow.
So someone made an error on the video board.
Someone made an error on the video
board. Put up
board.
Michigan wins. We have half a second left.
If I'm not guilty for the jinx, okay? That's all I got to say. A little premature celebration here in Ann Arbor. 0.5 seconds. Anything can happen.
So the refs are going to go to the clock operator. They're going to reset it. They're watching the replay to see when that puck crossed the red line.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to land with
1.5 seconds left.
They just changed it back down. 1 second remaining in the period. 1 second. Pump it up, echoing throughout Yost.
Oh man.
And
we might get a little crazy here now.
I was complaining about pumping up earlier. I think it's overplayed, but right now, this is the song for the hour.
For those who aren't familiar, this is the University of Michigan football team song. And it has been adopted by the Wolverines ice hockey team. And we're getting ready to pump it up here in Ann Arbor tonight, folks.
Don't jinx it yet. They just put 1.7 seconds
right. 1.7 seconds left.
4 Notre Dame players in front of the net. It's a near side face-off in Michigan territory. Beniers taking it for the Wolverines. He'll win it back. Time expires. Michigan is going to the Big Ten Championship.
Heck yeah. Holy jumping. What a win.
Oh,
what a win.
What a culmination to the season. Championship run. They have made it. They lost 4 players to the Olympics. They powered through, swept state, swept Ohio State, and now, for the first time this season, they beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish when it counts.
Holy cow. What a game. What a game.
And this is exciting.
What a game. I can't believe that.
Oh,
and I didn't jinx it. I didn't jinx it.
You did not jinx it.
I'm speechless in Ann Arbor.
Now, wow, what an environment Yost has been. Right now on the board, Michigan versus TBD, Saturday, March 19th in the Big Ten Championship, and we will have coverage for you here on WCBN. Wow, what a game. So let's break that down.
Let's break that down, Owen.
For the past 4 minutes, we have just been the most ridiculously biased fans of Michigan hockey.
Who cares? Give me your 3 stars. Before they throw those 3 stars out, give me your 3 stars, okay?
My 3 stars of the game?
Maybe just 2 if you can't think of 3.
All right, well, I'm going to start with Eric Portillo. Stood on his head all game. And you know what? Notre Dame's goalie, Galida, he's my 2nd star of the game. I'm going to be unbiased here. He stood on his head. 31 shots from Michigan, only led in 2. Portillo faced 20 shots from Notre Dame, only led in 1. They both deserve a star. Portillo and Galida, fantastic game to both of them. And, you know, I'm sure Galida will have a chance again in the NCAA playoffs. That said, not too much mercy for them right now. The children of Yost singing, nah, nah, nah.
Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, Notre Dame.
Now, my number 1 player of the game.
Oh, I'll tell you who my number 1 is.
Give me your number 1 player.
Well, now I don't know. It's between 2 players. It's between Eric Portillo and Brendan Brisson.
Sure.
Brisson with that game winner.
Absolutely.
His 6th on the season.
That
Team
was
leading.
huge.
Probably Big Ten leading. What a game, though, Owen. Galida is definitely my 2nd. I think I'll say, I think this is what I'll say. Portillo 3rd, Galida 2nd, and Brisson number 1 star of the game. What a win. What a resounding victory. I am surprised they won. I'm honestly surprised that they won, Owen. This is a team that got smothered by Notre Dame this whole entire season. They lost every single game that they had. This was not the team that I expected to see, but I will be damned that this is the team that I expect to see this team every game going forward now, because this is an incredible ice hockey team. They have a belief in themselves that I have not seen in a long time. This is long gone are the days of Strauss-Mann. God bless that netminder, former Team USA goalie Boughton Beijing, and Cam York and John Beecher being the 3 most exciting players. Holy cow, we have 6'6" Eric Portillo shutting the barn down, saying no, 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 only letting in 1 goal on 20 shots. We have the sharpshooter, Brendan Brisson, the late first-round pick for the Vegas Golden Knights a couple years back, is making a name for himself, not just being the son of famous player agent Pat Brisson, but being his own player, an excellent shooter. We have Matty Beniers, the star two-way forward and the future first-line centerman of the Seattle Kraken. Owen Power, Luke Hughes, Ken Johnson, Nick Blankenberg. The names just keep coming and coming and coming. There is star power. There is belief. There is a boatload of talent. And there is just a grit that I haven't seen on this team in a long time. So, wow.
I agree with almost everything you said.
Yeah.
The one thing I disagree is you said you didn't really see Michigan winning this game.
Yes.
I don't think you can count out the energy of Yost Arena
You're right.
in playoff
Wow.
hockey.
Yeah.
This place is different.
I've never seen this place like it.
You know, there's a quote at the start of the Michigan football hype video. It's rocking with the praises of the Maize and Blue faithful, and that is what Yost Arena was doing tonight. The energy in this place was unmatched among college hockey. You know what? Often unmatched among the NHL. There are NHL teams that will pull 20,000 fans a game,
and it won't sound like this.
It does not compare to Yost's 5K.
It doesn't feel like this. Oh, wow. Got the shivers now still.
I like, you know what I say, best $10 entertainment out there, Michigan ice hockey.
Absolutely.
They're going to the Big Ten Championship.
Holy
this absolutely
cow.
bodes well, for their seeding in the NCAA tournament as well. We'd really like to see him head on down to the TD Garden in Boston. That sure would be exciting. Now, like Dependent Fanatic said in the chat, we might not won the regular season because of Notre Dame, but we can win the championship. The Wolverines can win the championship here. And
absolutely.
It remains to be seen who they
well
play.
Said.
But this is an exciting one.
Well said. And a big shout out to all our listeners as well. We're very grateful that you've been here with us since the beginning of this season, and we're happy to have you going forward, at least until the next game. So thank you so much for tuning in this evening, because it was an absolute thrill and a pleasure to broadcast this game.
This was a fun one. My first game with you, David.
Yes.
That's been fun.
Here's to more.
Here is to more. Josh Tenzer and Amir Bektash will be on the call for the championship. But again, both of us, thank you so much for tuning in with us all season long. We hope you can hear our voices with maybe some NCAA tournament play. Before we go, I just want to quickly note that Tuesday is Giving Blue Day. If you like what we do here at WCBN Sports, you can support us by donating to the station. Just visit our social media pages on this Tuesday, March 16th, to donate. And I believe the university matches donations over $50 on Giving Blue Day. So again, if you like what we do here, give some money to WCBN and our sports department. For David Kramer, I am Owen Crane. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. The Michigan Wolverines are heading to the Big Ten Hockey Championship.
I can't believe that.
It's been an exciting season for sure. With that, from Yost Ice Arena, we bode you good night, and of course, as always, go blue.